Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the weekly market recap. We'll go over the indices, big stocks on the daily and on the weekly time frame so we can properly prepare a trading strategy for next week. So without any further ado, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and let's see the charts. Left side we have the daily chart, right side we have the weekly chart. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view on price action. And what do we see? We see the daily SPY broke up above this very long-term trend line, downtrend line, went and now retraced back to 618 Fibonacci level. And if you saw my previous videos, you know and you recognize this crossroads between this trend line and this trend line over here. And we said bulls must defend this area, and bulls heard us and came strong Thursday, Friday to the upside. And if we see on the weekly, we can clearly see this low over here, higher low, and now we have a higher low. Now let's see continuation to the upside above 413, then we will have another higher high. So on the midterm we have an uptrend on the SPY. QQQ, same thing. Daily chart, we can see this trend line held very strong resistance for the lower highs, went all the way up to here, retesting now, back retesting this trend line as support. We do have here low, higher low, highs, higher highs. Now on the weekly we can see this channel that goes all the way back to, it's like a road, see, road for price action to the future, held since here, held the higher lows all the way, also here, higher lows. Now bounce, went back, retesting this area with higher lows, October lows, December higher low, we have higher highs. Now bouncing off the middle line. Let's see, continuation to the upside, breaking above this channel. But we have here the road to the future. As long as the Qs keeps going inside this channel, we are in an uptrend. IWM, same thing, broke above this descending triangle, and we can do like this, broke to the upside. Now you can see on the weekly, higher lows, higher highs. Short term, we have also this trend line. Let's see continuation above this trend line, then we will have another higher high. This is not rocket science, only technical analysis. Zooming in, zooming out, and then we can prepare for the future. Dow Jones also probably heard and saw my previous videos. As we said, 327 must hold, and bulls came very strong all the way to 334. All these levels were given way in advance, weeks before it happened. We had a bounce now, 334, 335 needs to hold. Look left, support, strong resistance. Now let's see continuation. Dow Jones on the weekly looks a little bit weaker because we still have lower highs and lower lows, but 328 needs to hold. You can see this area over here just by throwing a line. This area is a very important level. Now it's important level of support. It was a very strong resistance over here. Now support, price range is getting tighter and tighter on the weekly. Let's see where price is heading. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Where is the Dow Jones going? Above this trend line or breaking this neckline towards 322 will be next support? Let me know. What do you think? Bitcoin. You know these trend lines because you saw my previous videos and you follow me on Twitter. So these trend lines are not strangers to you. We had a bounce, same as we did here. Here, let's see continuation for this bounce. If we will get continuation to the upside, we have the levels and this orange trend line that held support and resistance. Now, if Bitcoin will reach once again to this orange trend line, it will give price a hard time. On the weekly, Bitcoin does not look good because we have a double top scenario. This area here, the 21,800, needs to hold. If this will break to the downside, a weekly close below this area, we have validation for this double top, and it will go probably back to the 18,800, 18,200. Follow price, use levels and trend lines to manage risk. Ethereum, same story. 1560 needs to hold, otherwise 1460, and you see this bull run to the upside. Same scenario can be on the opposite. A bear sliding down, pushing down price towards 1312. So 1560 and 1460 are very important levels of support, as you can see here. Also, we have a double top scenario of the 1680. 1520 needs to hold. Net gas, super bullish run since the 212. Bulls embrace themselves, and very bullish day Friday. 320 on the daily is the next resistance to keep our eyes on. And look at this double bottom. Now it's on the 3. Next major resistance on the weekly will be this area here, the 346, 360. This area will be a very tough resistance, but for now we have a bounce validation. Let's see where price can take us. We can take also Fibonacci, swing high, swing low, and as you can see, Fibonacci give it 360 as we said, and then 410, 467, and this very tough level of resistance. It was a very tough level of resistance here, very strong support here. So if and when price will reach back here, you can expect a very tough resistance. Oil on the daily, you know this trend line because you saw my previous videos. Broke to the upside. Now we zoom out on the weekly and we can see that all this area, the 80 towards 81, 50, 82 will be the next very strong support, very strong resistance, sorry. Breaking above it, we can assume with high probability 93 is next. Why? Because only by looking left, only by looking left here on the weekly chart, you can see where is the next resistance. You can say here, but this is not the strongest one. The strongest one to the upside will be the 92.50, because look how many times price reached, got rejected, reached, got rejected, reached, got rejected. VIX back on the weekly, you know this trend line. We drew this trend line several weeks ago, and VIX once again reaching. Now let's see, can it bounce or breaking down and under? You can be a little bit more accurate like this. But pay attention, since November 17, this trend line held the higher lows. It never broke below it. Breaking below it, then 1540 and maybe even 12, because these are the strongest support levels that we can identify only by looking left. 1830 below it, 1520 and below it 12. All this on the weekly. On the daily, you have Fibonacci. This trend line, the lower lows, 1760, 1630, 1470. Apple, very nice bounce on Apple. The only problem I have now with Apple is this gap to the downside at the 146.60. It will get filled, most probably, more than 80% chance it will. The sooner the better, but Apple is looking good for now. Very important 2 days for Apple bulls, and you can see on the weekly 154 is the next very strong resistance, support, resistance, and of course if you go to the candles you will see many more candles here and here and here and here. Adjust it a little bit, doesn't really matter, it only gives us an area, a very accurate area, but it's an area. 2-3 points either side doesn't really matter. You need to understand and to identify the next resistance and support areas. 155, 156 is next for Apple. Tesla, look on the daily. Going up, going down, but in the end of the day, 190 is holding, 220, 210, you can even say. All this area, sideways move for Tesla. Bears tried to push price down. Bulls came in strong and price is back inside this box. So for now, sitting on hands. Look at price. If price went down like this, it can also do like this, and it did. Remember the Dow? If the Dow did here this bull run, breaking below the 330, same price action, but to the downside. Nvidia continuing to be super strong. Look at the weekly. If we take this downtrend, swing high, swing low, price is now above the 618 retracement, going straight towards 263. This is the next major resistance, this area here, 265, 275. This is the next resistance for Nvidia on the weekly. The 230, 220 is support. Some pullback is needed on Nvidia. This is not such a healthy move. Going straight up in 2 months, 65, 70%. Not such healthy move. Google, you know these trend lines because you saw previous videos. We drew this trend line maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. We identified the higher lows and we said Google needs to hold and bounce, and here we are, bounced. Now we take Fibonacci, swing high, swing low, Next resistance will be the 95.80. And here on the weekly, you can see this trend line is a very support area for Google higher lows. Now, let's see Google breaking above this area, this crossroad, the 95 towards this trend line, and maybe finally after almost 1 year, we can see also from here, from November 2021, 1.5 years of a steep downtrend, maybe Google will finally break above it. Once again, this is only technical analysis. This is not rocket science. If you want to take your trading journey to the next level, check the links in the description below. Fibonaccis-Traders live one-on-one mentorship program with lifetime access for support and guidance and all Discord channels. Lifetime access. Check it out. Amazon on the weekly, 86 is holding, 100 is failing. Bulls are failing to hold above the 100. The 100, very tough resistance. You can see here. Look left. Now, we'll try once again, and the next will be 107. On the daily, uptrend, retracement, 618. Now trying to bounce. Netflix, look on the weekly. With all this downtrend on the daily, from 372 towards 310, zoom out, you get a better point of view on price action. Still in an uptrend channel. And as long as this uptrend channel is holding the higher lows, it's an uptrend. You go to the daily, you have levels to the downside and to the upside to manage your risk. Shopify, similar move to Netflix. Inside this channel, higher lows, higher highs. Here, bulls managed to hold and bring price back inside the channel. Now you have 44 to the upside, 45.80, and then you have this gap over here. Will this gap get filled? Most probably. Let me know what you think about Shopify. What is your plan on Shopify? Microsoft on the daily, uptrend, retracement, 50%, and now trying to bounce back up. We have this low over here, higher low, higher low, higher low, and we have higher highs. So you can take a line like this. Now you have trend line that tells you you need to be careful if price will reach it here or here. It doesn't matter where. It will be a very tough resistance. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Don't forget, chart request weekly video will come up tomorrow. So if you want to participate, share your name in the comments below. Discord, we have a special designated channel for this, or on my Twitter. Share your name, I'll chart it, and we'll try to provide a proper trading plan for the coming days. Until the next video, enjoy the rest of your weekend.